Hi everyone. Um, Happy Monday. I think it's Monday. Um, it's been an amazing week so far. I've been really busy with both work life and spiritual life. Um, I did my best to get out my readings. I believe I'm all caught up. So for those that were patient, thank you so much. It's much appreciated. Um, I am having a webinar Sunday, the 11th at 7 p.m. And this is going to be a past life reading event. The way that I'm going to structure it, I'm still working it out, but it's going to be similar to my healing sessions. So those who have had a healing session from me, basically I go into the chakra, not just healing, but this is more like a past life clearing healing session. I go into each chakras and I look at what's presented, that needs to be cleared, and I will give you a description of that lifetime that got cleared. Now, for the webinar, it's going to be slightly different. I won't have time to do the healing for everyone, but I will go into your chakras wherever I feel directed to by your guides or your angels or even my guides even. And I will be able to tell you what that lifetime is and how it's correlating or affecting you in your present moment, and that's for healing purposes. So you can go and heal that chakra or whatever it is, heal that lifetime. So that's what the webinar is going to be about on Sunday. So now I can get right to what I want to talk about today. As I was meditating before I hit the record button, before going into that meditation, I thought about talking about discernment. And it's such a huge topic, but an important one. And I don't know if I've talked about it in my any of my videos. But really, everything that I've talked about so far does revolve around discernment, knowing what's good for you and letting go of what doesn't serve you is really what that's about, to me at least. But I do want to extend it to talking about when you're surfing for information, because we are awakening, we're going to have questions, and we're going to look to, channelers, documentaries, web surfing for information, and not everything that's out there is meant for you, and not everything that's out there is totally accurate. So it's important for you to not take everything that you hear for face value. Know what resonates with you. So when you're listening to this type of, or when you're listening to any type of information, it's important that your intentions are clear. Take a look at your intentions. Are you seeking this information, or are you watching this particular, video, whatever it is, just to pass time, or is it that you truly want to learn and you're curious about this topic? So your intentions do matter, because when you go into it just to surf the internet, you're not really absorbing the information. You're just passing time, and so you're not getting everything that you want out of it. Okay, so that's one. So look at your intentions. And so even when you go into it from that point of view, not really looking for any information, just to pass time, whatever you hear will not resonate with you in some cases, not in the way that it should. But you will know when you go back and you revisit that topic, that video, with the with different intentions, with the intentions of wanting to learn and seek that topic. You'll find that you're listening to it through, or seeing it through, different eyes, different ears, and the information will hit you in the way that resonates with you. And so that's just to say that not everything that doesn't resonate with you is wrong. It just means that your state of mind, your intention, wasn't all there. You know what I mean? So that's one. Another way of looking at discernment is when you're listening to this information, whatever it is that you're listening to, just let that information sit with you before you judge it. Listen to it free of judgment, and see if it unlocks certain information within you. Chances are, whatever that you're seeking out there that you want to know more about, you already have that information within you. You're just being guided to seek out that information so that whatever you receive can unlock the rest of it for you. You're not going to totally get everything possible, everything that you want to know about that topic from a particular video. You may have to do more research. You may have to watch more than one video. And you just take what resonates with you from each video or each documentary, whatever, or book even, and you put the pieces together, and that will unlock the rest of the information that you have within you. You have the other piece of the puzzle. That's how it works. And so it's important not to rely too much on what's out there, but at the same time, there is a lot of information out there for us to lead us to our own wisdom and to ourselves. So keep that in mind when you are seeking information. If it doesn't resonate with you, if it just doesn't sound right, and you've listened to it free of judgment, then that means that it can mean several things, you know? Don't always go for the negative and say, oh, this is bad information. Of course, that's possible, but it also means that that wasn't for you. That information that you received, it wasn't exactly for you. It wasn't the right time for you, or your intentions were quite different. You know, see what matches up with you, you know? And different channelers and different authors or whoever is putting the information out there will resonate with different people. That's why there is such a huge variety of channelers, journalists, authors, you know, what have you. So that's one facet of discernment. The other one is more geared or focused around you. You know, like use that discernment also towards yourself. You know, if you find that you are unhappy, dissatisfied with your life, and not sure, you know, what to do about it, take a look at your surroundings, you know, your actions, and I've talked about this before, and other people's actions, and see what your patterns are. See where, you know, seek. One moment, I have like a lot of information going on in my head. I need to gather and organize it, but what I'm trying to say is see what it is that you're doing that is causing this emotion, you know, the dissatisfaction. It could be you, it could be an outside source, it could be many things, it could be a combination of things. It could be your job, you're unhappy with your job or your career, feeling stuck. You could have been dealing with deceptive behavior, you know, whatever it is, you have to figure out what's best for you, you know? And so that's another way of using discernment towards you. That's part of self-care also. And what I'd like to do, and this is something sort of new that I learned, I don't know where I read it, but go with each season. Like winter is usually time for, depending on what part of the world you are in. You know, I am in Chicago, so we have some real winters here. That's the time I use for introspection, you know, like hibernation. I don't want to use that word, but that's basically what it is. And then when spring comes around, whatever that I did in the winter time, whatever that I found that I need to remedy or release or heal, that's when I do it, you know, spring cleaning. And then summer is all about new experiences, you know, and then fall is about reflection. That's how I do it. You know, I reflect back on, you know, the summertime or whatever in the fall. So that's a good way of looking at it, you know, for self-care. And once you start doing this, you know, you look at what's around you and and you remedy or you clean up or you heal, you're leaving space in your heart for new love and new experiences. You know, you're allowing for that into your life. So yeah, it's really important, whether you know you are feeling unhappy or not, to stop every now and then, to just stop and take a look at your life. You know, if it's blessings that you need to give, or gratitude I should say, it's really important to give gratitude to the universe for what you have. You know, it's not like source or your angels, your guides need your thanks. It's just your gratitude allows them to know that you are present and you are well aware of what's going on around you, and you're open to their messages and their guidances. And so I know this topic is kind of bouncing around other things, but I'm just going to flow with it. And so yeah, please, like, just stop and take a look at yourself. It's really important not to get swept away in your day-to-day life or your spiritual life. When you stop and you do this for yourself, you're also balancing yourself out. And so it's part of like spiritual health care. That's what I'm going to call it. So I think that's really it. I know that I can probably expand on discernment, but I think for the time being, this is healthy and this is enough. I don't want to overload anyone with information, but truly love yourself enough to do this, you know? And only when you love yourself and you do this for yourself are you able to give that love to others. That's one thing that I've learned, is I have overworked myself, and it's not to blame anyone, but I've also been putting out so much energy towards others and not enough for myself, and I broke down. Like one day, you know, I thought I was getting out of bed and I had my list of things to do, and I just couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't. And I was basically forced to retreat and relax. And so that can also happen when you're overdoing it. And if you don't have enough energy to give, it's very responsible of you to watch that and not put out what you don't have. It's not useful for you or the other person that's receiving your healing or your readings or whatever it is. You know, you're not putting your all into it. And if you guys are anything like me, I like to put all of myself in everything that I do. So yeah, that's what I learned. So thank you so much for watching this. I will see you guys on the next video, okay? Much love.